I don't have the details. I think Engineer Chabo would probably have good information on that one. But accommodation for officers and men is ongoing in all the formations and divisions of UPDF. Accommodation, and not only for sleeping, but even working space. Like this office block in Mbuya, there is a world-class administration block that is coming up. It should be concluded by the end of this year. So we'll have proper headquarters for the Ministry of Defense and the UPDF. So that one is taking place. So accommodation is doing very well. In terms of dress, I think our soldiers have never been smarter over the years. Not only smart, but also dressed for purpose, depending on the mission at hand. You know, for instance, our soldiers, let's say in Congo, it is a very, very hostile terrain. So you need to dress a soldier appropriately. If you go with these clothes in Congo, like I'm dressed now, only, I think you would die. Because it gets very cold at night, and even wet. It can rain for days. You will not see any sunlight. So if you are constantly soaked, you can just endure so much before you. And by the way, I was surprised. I've been in Congo. It's real winter.
It's very cold. Very
yes, in those forests. So you need warm clothing. So this is not enough. So you need the warm suits, warm clothing, gloves, socks, even head socks, so that you keep warm. And then, of course, casualty evacuation. Someone is so deep in the jungle. When you need to evacuate someone, what do? So we are able to do that. So you are no longer worried that now, if I get injured in the leg and you are deep in the jungle, how will they get you to Mbuya? Actually, we can get you here in a matter of hours. So that's casualty evacuation, and it's good for the morale of soldiers. Very, very important. They know that if I'm injured, or even if I die, I'm going to be evacuated. I will not be left to rot in the forests or die because of lack of care. No, that has been sufficiently addressed. But of course, we can always do more.
And might take you away from there.
The other thing I think Ugandans keep provocating is that our involvement in some of these social transformation activities is actually constitutional. It's part of our doctrine. If you check in the Constitution, Article 209, the duties and responsibilities of the Uganda People's Defense Forces. Number one is, of course, the territorial, the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Uganda, which we have done. Cooperation with the civil authorities in emergency and disaster situations. Now, the other one is being a productive army. It's there in the Constitution, Article 209. Aid to the civil authorities, like the police, is also another of our responsibilities. So when people see us supporting the police, they think we are imposing ourselves, but it is in the law. So, to be a productive army, now, NEC, among many other things they are doing, like we have already hinted upon, is also agriculture. You are aware there is a large-scale agriculture production of maize being undertaken by NEC, but also in UPDF we have a whole chieftains of production and welfare. It is currently headed by Major General Sam Chiwanuka. If you have his contact, if you call Sam Chiwanuka and he starts telling you the things he's doing, you might think it is fiction. Yes, like in Kabamba, I don't know how many thousands of acres. 3,000 of maize. In Michiriandongo and elsewhere, maize. When our chieftains of production are producing maize, NEC is producing maize. When you hear the president saying maize surplus, we have maize surplus in Uganda by so many tons, you can get the figures. This is what it means. The Special Forces role is to protect the president and his family and VVIPs, but that is a very small fraction or component of the role of the Special Forces Command. VVIP protection, just a small element.
Educate us, please.
Yeah, so the Special Forces Command, as it is today, is a fully fledged service, just like the land forces, like the Air Force, and to a lesser extent the Reserve Force. So it has a support element of combat arms. It has a commando brigade, and then it has the VVIP element. So those are like three different formations. And today, all our military operations, wherever they are, have a Special Forces element supporting that operation. Whether it is in Somalia, in South Sudan now under Operation Mlinzi wa Chimia, Operation Shuja, and even Operation Mlinzi wa Wanyonge. This one is the Ituri province. We have Special Forces elements there. So they are doing that work. The concept of a modern fighting force is the combined arms element, or the combined arms doctrine, that different formations and specialized units come together and coordinate to overwhelm the enemy. So it is that effective coordination and utilization of different arms that results into decisive victory for a modern fighting force. So you have the Air Force, you have the land forces, you have the We have also now a Marines Brigade. We are landlocked. If we had access to the sea, we would have a navy as well. That is another arm or service which many other countries with access to the sea have, which we don't have, and which is actually an impediment to our sustained strategic security as a country and as a region and as a continent. The Balkanization of Africa. The President has really talked at length about that aspect. Even very recently, he talked about the need to maximize our security as Africa by uniting, in this case for East Africa,